Hey, and welcome to another director review. I clap my hands because I'm that excited.
Wow,
we're literally about to talk about something I had always wanted to fully watch, but never could get through the beginning of.
And I don't know why you wanted to.
It amazes me how you did watch the beginning at some point.
Literally, it was just the beginning.
And you were like, yeah, we should try this.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't expect it to be that bad. I had heard it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. But you know what? Today is Christmas. Well, I mean, when this comes out, it'll be Christmas.
This will be Christmas.
So obviously we had to do a holiday special. And what better thing to do than the Star Wars holiday special? I don't know why I forgot the name. It's literally that bad that my brain's like, no, put it away. No,
We
no,
need to
put it
forget
away.
this now.
We need to not think about that. So yeah, we watched
I
Star Wars holidays.
named it Christmas special on here.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
What?
No, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's Christmas. It was technically the Life Day special.
Yeah, right? Life
So-
Day, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, I don't know
Is it
either.
Life Day?
was-
L-Y-F-E. Life Day.
Life.
You can
Yeah.
contemplate
LYFE.
life. That's why it's called
We're
Life
all
Day.
like really tight together right now. And
Yeah, really
I feel
close.
loved.
Yeah, Leonard,
I feel
you
loved.
should feel my love.
I do.
We're married.
Why does everyone get something Christmassy and I'm just sitting here like a schmuck?
Because you did
Don't
not...
touch me with that hand. People can see this. Anyways. All
They
right.
should know the truth.
Oh my God. All right. So the Star Wars holiday special, that's something.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin, honestly.
It started off not great. I mean,
No,
I can
it did
imagine
not.
why it was pretty cool in the 70s when you don't see these characters ever because...
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
was-
that's just
okay.
the thing. It was the year after the first one came
Yeah,
out.
so it was super cool because this is the first time where we venture out of the movies. There's only been one. It's 1978, but we get to see kind of
Yeah.
the outside world.
It is. It's. I guess if you're technically just getting into this universe and you're like, oh my God, we're actually exploring it. But then they make movies and they're better than this ever would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, even George Lucas was like, this is horrible.
I'm just
I'm not a
trying
part
every
of this.
They threw money
He
at
told the artist there was a cartoon segment part in this where the first time they ever meet Boba Fett.
something. That was really the first
That
time.
was the first time
That's
they
the
meet
first
Boba
appearance
Fett.
of Boba Fett.
And he actually told the artist, I would be happy if they could grab every copy of this and burn it.
Yeesh.
Like straight up told
I
him.
thought that was the best
that was
part, the cartoon.
really.
I mean, what
I
do you
mean-
think was the
It
best part?
It was my favorite part as well, actually. Because
What did you want?
there
Leonard,
wasn't-
What part of
There wasn't
Wookiees named Itchy and Lumpy didn't you
That
like?
was. I
the whole premise.
I
They
felt like
were
I was
so
watching like an
boring.
episode of Barney with those characters.
You were watching an episode of Barney with those characters. I
thing
mean,
is-
that's basically what you were doing.
They
Itchy.
didn't even. I didn't know what they were saying.
No one knew what they were saying. They're freaking Wookiees. I don't understand
I
why they
needed
thought of that.
Captions or something. I needed to know.
No,
And
you
their
know what?
costumes just didn't look as good as Chewbacca's either. They were
No.
they were stumpy, and
subpar.
the grandpa had like a weird like underbite, and
Yeah, that was weird.
And he watched
He looked-
softcore porn.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
God. So it was supposed to be a singing segment by Diane Carroll, right?
Yeah.
And it just turned into this weird softcore porn
it was
thing.
supposed to be that.
Oh, God, it was
was-
weird.
Yeah.
It was disturbing on so many levels. And honestly, there's just moments where you're like, how high were they? Like, I understand you were high. You had to have been high. Because there's no way you thought, hey, let's have Diane Carroll say, I feel your pleasure and not make it weird.
yeah,
Or Jefferson Starship have what looked like pink marital aids in their hands the entire time they were singing.
yeah. I didn't even notice that. I didn't catch on to that.
Well, I paid quite a bit of attention to that because it was very glaring. I don't know how you didn't notice.
I think I just stopped looking at the screen when she was singing during the song.
Well, no, this is a completely different one. This is Jefferson
This is
Starship. This was when the Imperial
Real
people were there.
officer
Now.
were there, and he was like watching the hologram
Yeah.
version.
Oh,
of
the rock-
Jefferson
okay.
airplane.
Yeah.
Like
I guess we should go over exactly what this was supposed to be about. So essentially, it was Han Solo and Chewbacca trying to get back to his home planet where his wife, son, and father are waiting for him so that they can celebrate Life Day, which is...
Which I still don't get what.
I don't
I don't
know.
know what
How
it
did they
is.
celebrate? Like I thought it was
Okay.
supposed to
It was
just be
weird.
for the
How about
For the-
how
what's
Al-
Chewbacca?
They didn't explain it.
What is
at the
Chewbacca?
He's a
end-
Wookiee.
he's
A Wookiee. Yeah, sorry. I
At
know,
the
I know
end,
that,
they
but-
literally walked into this white circle, and I'm like, "Are they dying? Is this the end?"
I really
Are
thought they were
dead?
dying.
You
Yeah.
could tell in Harrison Ford's face how bad this was. Like the whole time, anytime he was on camera, he was just like pissed off.
Well, I mean, that's technically Harrison Ford's face. I mean, come on. This is a guy whose
Original
life.
Pissed off.
Bitch
It wasn't an
face.
acting pissed off. It
No,
was like
that's just
legit.
him. That's
like,
just pretty much him all
I'm
the
not
time.
getting paid enough for this.
Well, he never got paid enough for this, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay,
it was
guys.
just bad.
You got Carrie Fisher singing.
Oh,
which
Carrie Fisher
Yeah.
did sing.
I appreciate because I love Debbie Reynolds.
And I believe, did you say you read something that she hated every second of it?
Yeah, she would put it, apparently, as the rumors go, she would put it on her TV when she wanted people to leave her parties.
Oh my
She'd
God.
like throw on the holiday special to like drive the people out.
That's fantastic.
That's
and like
rough.
I really hope that Billie Lourd got her original copy.
Yes. I
Billie
agree.
Lourd is Carrie Fisher's daughter, and I really hope
I really
that
hope
she
so, too.
inherited the copy of the Star
Holy
Wars
crap.
Christmas holiday special
But you know,
Why would she keep a copy of it?
to drive the people out of her house.
you have to have a way of surviving the purge, right? So this is the way to survive the purge.
You just break out your Star Wars holiday
special, and there it is.
Okay.
So you didn't like any moments of it, Leonard?
There was okay. So let's see. It was basically rehashed parts of the movie.
It
That
did.
was
It literally
fun.
had scenes from the movie.
Poorly cut together, and anything with Vader, which by the way was stupid, was just scenes from the movie that they dubbed over
With different
again,
audio.
which was even worse. Let's not discount the whole Art Carney mixture with the Wookiees, because what the hell was that?
Right at the very beginning, this like baby Wookiee,
Lumpy.
I thought it was Itchy, Itchy's the
Chewbacca's
grandpa.
son.
Itchy's the
Itchy's the
grandpa.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Listen, no one can get upset
Bart.
with you at the fact that you don't know the damn names, because they never spoke. You don't know what they're saying. You're completely lost for like the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, there was no English in that movie. In the whole beginning.
yeah,
of
there
the
was
whole
nothing.
beginning.
I would have preferred another language with like subtitles.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what
would
was
have
that all about?
loved
And it wasn't
subtitles.
even like a variation of sounds. It was literally like the same 6, 7
Brr,
sounds.
brr, brr. It's the same thing over and over and
We
over
had
and
the
over
whole
and over.
entire podcast. And
Yeah, we're just gonna talk in Wookiee. God, I don't understand how someone could think this is a good idea. I mean,
Right? People wrote this.
not only that, but they marketed it, they sponsored it. Stars signed on to it.
You know,
Like-
I think his Star Wars was such like it was such a new thing that they didn't know.
It had only been a year since the
Yeah.
first one came out. I don't even think they understood
They
how
didn't.
big it was.
Well, I
gonna
mean, they
be.
didn't think they didn't think it was gonna be good. So nobody knows.
Well, yeah, the
knew
first one like took off like crazy,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Oh, we got to do something with this." And it wasn't until like the '80s that they bring out the second one, and I would understand why, because they had to get past the shame of the holiday
Like, it
special.
never
I think they had to learn
happened.
how to write in that in a sci-fi universe like that.
One scene that
Because they tried like, okay, let's just incorporate all this new technology looking stuff when the holograms of the music and how they would ingest media. Even there was a cooking show aspect.
oh my God, Harvey Korman, what have you done to yourself?
I
At that
actually
point, I
did
was so
like.
confused.
I liked the part where multiple arms would come out.
That was actually kind of funny.
to cook.
Chewbacca's wife was gonna make him some holiday dinner for the.
Did it
Life
work out? Did
Festival.
it not work out?
She never
She
brought it
just
back
kind of
out,
threw it to the side.
I
I
don't-
have unresolved issues with this.
I
but
don't know
that
how to
scene
feel about
was.
that, honestly.
I don't know what I was watching.
And it's like, so we watch movies all the time where it's like, what the hell did I just see? This goes beyond that. This goes beyond what the hell did I go see, is what the hell did they make?
Yeah, it's
And,
a
you know,
why did they make
It
it?
goes beyond feeling upset at the fact that this was complete waste of time, but at the same time, you just think about all the crew members whose name was attached to it.
All the money spent on it.
All the money,
on the
the
props,
money.
on the special effects.
On
Mind
the
you-
multiple Chewbacca
There
costumes.
is
at
somewhere.
the very end.
There's somewhere in a
Who-
sharper image thing in like a shed somewhere in the back are 1,000 Wookiee costumes, and somebody is just like using them to dress up every night or something, because I've never seen Itchy or Lumpy
I want an
again.
Itchy costume. I want someone to cosplay as Itchy.
Oh my God. And Mala, which I'm assuming was played by a guy, because that was a
so
big
tall.
person.
Yeah.
Other than that, they found another very
the
giant
other character
woman.
that was like the traitor. What was his name?
I don't know, but he's played by Art Carney,
Yeah.
who is from The Honeymooners.
All of that.
Who had fallen from grace at that point so far.
He felt like almost like a narrator. Like his audio felt separated from the entire.
He was a narrator at that point because you have to think about the fact that there was no way of knowing what they were going to say.
You had no clue what was going on.
That's true.
Like he literally, there were points where Carrie Fisher was like with C-3PO and Leia's like, hey, I don't want to do this crossbody thing with C-3PO. Could you put Han on? And Han isn't here. And you kind of see her exasperation at just the whole situation as Princess Leia. And then a whole other side of her that's exasperation as, I'm talking to nothing as Carrie Fisher. So what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. The other scene, they brought in Luke working on
Oh, you're dying.
What? On the motor?
It's killing you.
his X-wing, I believe.
I don't know.
know.
It was some sort of motor.
And their special effect was when it malfunctioned, was just
It was just smoke coming out, and R2 was getting in trouble for it, which was stupid because it's like, okay, technically you're the one that's supposed to be fixing this, right? So why are you yelling at R2?
I think I saw a better scene from like the robots at Star Tours at Disneyland.
You see a better scene if you go to downtown Fresno and just watch for a little bit. Just watch anything. Paper bags, the trees. You get more emotion out of everything there. I can't understand why so many big people signed on. Let's talk about B. Arthur for a second.
B. Arthur signed on because her youngest son was a fan of Star Wars.
Right.
So that's why I did like the scene with B. Arthur, actually. I liked the cantina scene.
Well, because B. Arthur is a national treasure. She's our Judi Dench.
Yeah.
Who has passed away now.
She's our golden girl.
So if you don't know who B. Arthur is,
She's a Golden Girls.
You need B. Arthurs.
You need to watch Golden Girls because obviously
on Hulu
it's
right
freaking
now.
amazing
All of it
and
is.
hilarious. It's a show from the 80s. But beyond that, she played a plethora of other characters.
She looks familiar.
From the
You will always know her when you see her because she was such a big deal.
Yeah.
But that was technically the best scene.
Yeah.
Because it was the
had a little
cantina.
song.
Yeah, it was a little bit of singing, and I love her classic voice. So that was fun. And better yet, it wasn't porn.
Yeah.
That was the best
although
part.
Harvey Korman really tried to pressure her into like being with him.
Hardcore.
Like it went from, oh, that's cute and funny to, oh my God, that's disturbing. Someone should get her help.
I think her interaction with the different characters in the world, like the different aliens, was the most natural out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because she takes everything seriously.
Because she's a good actress.
Versus whatever the hell else was going on. When Han finally came in at the end, Han and Chewie, it felt so belabored at that point that they just didn't even care.
Yeah.
I loved how he was trying to fight off the stormtrooper that was there, and all he did was, ooh, make a big face. I was like, what the? That's not how you fight.
That's how I fight.
So you confuse him.
How you're
Give him the
supposed
little-
to fight?
I'm still not sure
one,
how
two.
he fell off how that stormtrooper fell off the balcony.
No,
I think someone like tripped him or something.
the air.
I don't-
Going back to the Luke Skywalker scene, why did it look like Luke Skywalker was wearing a mask of Luke Skywalker?
Because he was so young and so like overdone
Orange?
with
So
makeup.
orange?
He was.
I wonder if I don't think I got to look it up.
There
Honestly,
was someone wearing. It didn't even look like it was. Looked like it was Mark Hamill.
It was, but I got to look it up and see if it was during the time that he was doing the Trickster, because he did play the Trickster for a while in a live action Flash show, but that might have been the 90s. I'm not sure.
He looked
Not
really
78.
orange and
So orange.
like
It
he should be
was-
like an old lady sitting at a gambling machine.
It was weird, right? I mean, it
Yeah,
was
I
just
didn't.
weird.
I don't know.
All of it was weird.
I think the worst part of it is just we know and we love Star Wars now. There's an amazing universe that's built around it. And Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, and why is his name escaping me?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
You know, these are this is the Holy Trinity right there. But this kind of like, if I would have seen this directly after seeing it in 1977, I'd be like, oh, this is a piece of crap. I'm not going to another one.
Yeah, I'm not. That universe would have been dead to me.
Absolutely. So I'm very surprised that 83 came around and people were like, let's give it a go. after seeing that. I think they gave it
Maybe
plenty of time.
because
There's some good
they
trailers.
only watched it once.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. The holiday special probably never was. Yeah, I mean, there was no YouTube. There was no way to see it ever again unless you recorded it off the TV.
Which is good because I am sad that this is out on YouTube so that we can all see it and be
I mean,
destroyed by it.
if you're one of those people that feel bad about episode 8, go watch this and then you'll feel a lot better.
Yeah, you'll feel a lot better.
Because oh my god,
it was. I don't know what to say.
It was a thing that happened.
I feel like though we should say at the very least that I'm glad we got to see this piece of history that does exist. And for the longest time, George Lucas would deny its existence. So
I'm right there with George Lucas.
I mean, I would
think
too.
He should delete it off YouTube.
Well,
I think so
I know
too.
they're like, it's canon over my dead body, quote unquote, George Lucas.
Oh yeah, he was very much like this. No,
but
hell
I'm
no.
like, but it kind of is canon because that's where we see Boba Fett for the first time.
Exactly, it's the first time we ever see
we
Boba
write
Fett.
out Chewie's family and everything, and that
Yeah,
whole
here's the
planet.
thing though. I want the newest Star Wars to, like, all of a sudden have Lumpy.
Right, Lumpy
I want
as like
Lumpy
a
just
grown
to-
I
up.
want one of those
Here.
monsters from the animated cartoon. The big.
No. Bring Lumpy. I'm going to start a campaign. # Bring Lumpy back. So if you are listening to this, put in
looked like a
#
hamster.
Bring
His
Lumpy
face
back.
was. It was worse.
Oh,
Than
those faces were terrifying.
Man.
You will see them in your nightmares.
his haircut. He had like a bowl cut.
And the best part
I didn't
is
know
that it was
Chewbacca-
played by a grown woman.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a midget.
Oh.
Played by a midget woman who
Little
was
little
who was
person.
picked up like a child and kissed like a child and held like a child throughout the entire thing.
Itchy
Just
was
the
terrifying.
job, Leonard.
Itchy looked like a deranged. You know what he looked like? There was a what is that? There's a video game with a monkey that would like go and steal your hat, and he would like shake it at you. Not Mario. I know that's the first one that comes stealing your hat. But there's a game where there's this like monkey that has this like underbite exactly the same. Man, I'm gonna think of it. And
Is it like Jack and Daxter or
it might no, it's not Jack and Daxter because
Ratchet and Clank?
it does feel like very Jack and Daxter-esque though in my mind right now.
It might be Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, it's like and that's exactly what he reminded me of. It's terrifying. They look like they're gonna eat your face.
Oh my god! All right, so obviously we need to put a bullet in this horse because, good God, what else could we say about it other than, I mean, if you want to go and watch it, it is a part. It is a part of Star Wars history, and if you're really, really into Star Wars,
I'm
and
gonna
you're like,
say it's canon. Okay.
and she's gonna say it's canon, so
gonna
you
say
should
it's
probably go
canon.
and see it. It's on YouTube. You can just search it and find it.
A solid hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's about
It
an
was
hour and
long.
40. It's long. It feels longer as you watch it. And for every second that goes by, you lose 40 years.
I'm
mean,
84 now.
If you want to watch certain scenes out of it, watch the animated thing. That's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, I like
I
the
like the
animated
animation
one.
style.
Yeah, and
I
watch,
There's
the
that classic like
Canteen.
I like the classic
Yeah.
Watch the
Canteen. I would say watch the cooking show scene just for like what the fuck is this kind of thing.
Be like, what?
Oh no, you want to really do the what the fuck moment is the android explaining how to make this specific communicator
He kept malfunctioning.
and pausing
Oh, I
and
forgot
I
about
using
was like,
tools on his
what
face.
is the point of this?
Oh my god.
What is the point of all of this?
There was
but
no
what is
point.
the point of this?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I really liked the character, the traitor. What's his name again? I
Art
think
Carney?
he felt like he could be a real character. I mean, he was weird at some points because the writing was bad, but I feel like he could have been.
Well,
like a
I
real
mean, he was an
character.
actual actor who was actually good at what he did.
Well, all of them were actual actors in this.
Yeah, no. At this point, most of them were just like brand new to stuff,
Like who?
like Carrie Fisher. She had like acted in one other thing,
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
and Mark Hamill hadn't been in anything big, and Harrison Ford had just come off a construction site.
All right, if you say it like that, that's true.
You got me there.
I got you there. Yeah, I got you there.
I like the idea of Life Day too. I think that could be.
What
I
is
would-
Life Day?
Okay,
wanted to
that's
know.
the
What
thing.
is Life
I want to know
Day?
more about Life Day, but more importantly,
They're in robes. They hold up lights.
They're turned into a cult.
they turn into a cult. I
They
also
walk
want to know.
through a light.
I want to know more about the Star Wars universe in total with holidays, because I feel like we don't have enough culture with them.
Yeah, with the aliens.
Like
and
we
everything.
see a lot of different aliens, but where are they from? What do they do? Like, give me more. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that's...
Give me some background there. A little lore. Maybe it's because I'm a
Star
gamer.
Wars
I don't know.
Holiday Special Part 2.
Part 2.
Oh, yes.
Let's do
Between
this.
8 and 9.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Like, why not? If there's a Star Wars Holiday Special, we've got to go the next step and like bring Rey and Finn and Poe in there and Chewbacca. Like, bring him back. The Life
Chewbacca's
Day,
still there. Maybe
Life
his
Day is
family
under
is still
attack.
alive.
Yeah. Maybe he just never went back.
Itchy and Scratchy and all of them can come back.
I'm pretty
Itchy and
sure-
Lumpy and Mala and Art
pretty
Carney,
sure
who's
Itchy
dead.
is not alive anymore. He was an old
yeah.
baby.
Oh, Itchy might not be. No, but his son could be grown now.
Lumpy is 81 years old in real life.
Maybe Itchy is back. I mean, older.
Well,
Wait, Itchy was the grandpa. Dang it. The
Exactly.
son. Who's the son?
Lumpy.
Lumpy.
I thought
I'm
it was
having a hard
in-
time with this.
Lumpy.
That was.
I'm having a hard time with
was-
Lumpy.
This hat is a little tight
I
on my head.
didn't-
That's
I
what
think
it is.
My brain is a little
That's not
constricted.
it.
No,
When you explain like 90% of the rest of your life, is it just that?
I wear a lot of hats.
He has a beanie
All
behind
my
him.
clothes are a little small right now because it's holiday season.
Oh, that's what it is.
It cuts
Okay.
off blood
Just
everywhere.
everything's tight.
Oh my
right.
God. All right. So,
If you want to watch a holiday movie, don't watch this.
yeah, don't. Please
Yeah.
don't, for the love of God.
And
There's
don't
no
watch
rating low
El
enough.
Camino Christmas either.
Don't watch that. Don't watch El Camino Christmas. We have just been striking out
So
holidays.
if you're having a great Christmas, you decide to listen to this on Christmas, I hope it ruins your day.
I hope it does, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you have the crappiest Christmas you've ever had in
You
your
guys
no,
are
I,
so mean.
I take that back. I love Christmas.
Christmas is a good day.
And I really hope that it brightens your day to know that we suffered for you.
Yeah, so you don't have to watch this.
Exactly.
You can just hear about
We did.
all the.
I mean, I could just impersonate the first 20 minutes of the film.
I could.
I think we should go out. Didn't it? Wasn't it lumpy?
Lumpy?
Latchy?
Lumpy.
Itchy?
He would make like high pitched noises.
Itchy,
too.
scratchy?
He'd be like, okay.
That was weird. Yeah,
was all
There's
bad.
a lot of weird
I
things.
think porgies are bad.
Oh my God.
I kind of like them actually.
Hey, Leonard here. I just want to make sure everyone knows that what's coming ahead is going to be a lot of spoilers. We were doing a Facebook Live, so I just want to make sure everyone understands that there are spoilers coming. So if you don't want to hear anything about the new Star Wars, I would suggest pausing or not playing any further. We're going to say it a few more times, but I just want to make sure everyone knows there's going to be a little bit of a break of silence, and then we're going to come back. And yeah, so if you don't want to hear anything, please turn it off now. All right, everyone, we're back. We're going to talk about the new Star Wars. Please, for the love of God, if you don't want to hear anything, just stop listening. Like, if you've gotten this far, you're already agreeing to listen. So I need you to not right now. We're going to give you a couple
Listen
seconds.
to the controversy.
Yeah.
You know you
So-
want to.
All right, so obviously, if you're still here, guess what? You're listening to this. So here we go. All right, so there's a lot of people out there that just did not like it. Personally, I don't understand that.
I really don't understand it. I thought it was a good movie.
Not only did I think it was a good movie, I thought it was well. There was so much that they put in there. Like, I get the confusion for some people because of how much they did actually throw at you in this movie.
Yeah.
They had to cover a lot of ground in a little bit of time. And I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and he was saying that he thinks he heard that the original like cut of it was over 3.5 hours long.
Holy crap.
So they actually did have to like compact it, from what he understood.
I would like to see that version. I'd watch 3.5 hours of
Right?
Star
Oh,
Wars.
I
You
would
know
watch
we're gonna get that version.
Oh
We're gonna get
my
the Peter
gosh.
Jackson version on DVD.
I
at
would
some
watch
point.
the shit out of that.
So,
So-
let's talk about the first thing that I know people are upset about, which is Snoke.
Yeah, that was
So,
when he
Supreme
died.
Leader
I
Snoke.
like in the theater. I kind of threw my hand like what he just died. I kind of
Yeah.
I was a little taken back by it.
Everyone was pretty upset that they didn't get to find out who he was, what his past was, because he's dead. Like, that was it. Kylo killed him. What the hell? I think that's because they're setting up for more on him coming in the new trilogy.
Yeah, just because he's dead doesn't mean he's gone.
Right. A lot of
Yeah.
people die in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah.
including Boba Fett, who did come back from the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I am personally not surprised that they killed him, because they needed to have a motivation for people.
And if Luke can astro project himself across the galaxy, who's to say that was actually Snoke? Maybe
That was
just his
actually,
body.
that was actually Snoke.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But are you sure?
Did you write the?
Is he going to come back in the next movie? And we're going to be like,
Darth
oh,
Maul. Darth Maul got cut in half,
yeah,
and he came back.
And he came
Okay,
back.
well then it's fine. I mean,
Shall we talk about Vader's beginnings? Like,
Yeah, he'll probably come
he
back.
was not.
Mind you, I think
He's gonna have metal leg. He's gonna be Snoke the Spider.
I think the only thing that people are like, oh my God, you killed him, is because Kylo took over. But there are enough people that were really behind Supreme Leader Snoke that they would have like grabbed him and possibly saved him.
Yeah.
Because that happens all the freaking time in that universe. Nobody knows how to let somebody die.
Yeah.
Unless you turn into a Force ghost, then you can't do anything about it. But even then, they come back. Which
Yoda did come back.
Yoda did come back. So
That was a really good moment.
that was amazing.
That was an
I
awesome
love
moment.
that.
People are upset about Luke being a weirdo.
I'm like, Luke is
They-
gonna
yeah.
be a weirdo. He's
They-
gonna.
Yoda was a weirdo.
Yeah.
They were saying like, oh, they were so not. It was so anticlimactic, and he just died. I'm like, no, actually, that was fucking amazing.
And who's
I
to say
loved
he
that battle.
actually died though too though?
Well, you became a Force ghost. Everyone.
Yeah, that's
saw
true. He's
that.
gonna be back, yeah.
He's dead.
He's with Yoda now.
Yeah, but that's because he served his purpose and he did what he could do, and that was it.
The two suns setting at the end too. That was
That was really super cool.
yeah. Nice bookend to his story.
But I know another thing people are upset about is Rey's parents.
Hmm.
Because people really wanted Rey's parents to be somebody special.
But
But
we
you know who's
don't-
upset? People that had all these theories and they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so confident in their
The
theories
fan
and they're
theorists
completely
were
wrong.
like, obviously, this is what
Yeah.
it is. And it's like, well, maybe it's not. Or
And-
maybe it still is.
Right. Because we can't trust Kylo to tell her the
No.
truth.
yeah, we
Kylo's
don't know
an
if he's telling the truth. yet.
Asshole.
That's the But also, as it was pointed out to me, this movie was all about telling people, hey, you don't technically have to be someone special to
Yeah.
do something amazing.
The
And-
Force is going to live on.
right.
and
That
he's
was
somebody.
the whole thing over
Like
and
the
over and
little
over
boy
again.
at the end when he used the Force to grab his broom.
Fucking amazing.
Like-
His Harry Potter moment.
Like little boy from nowhere has the Force.
Accio broom.
But yeah, so I understand some of the gripes, but I don't agree with them at all because I felt like you can't take this as, oh, well, that's it. They killed Snoke. Oh, that's it. That's who Rey's parents are
I
just
was-
nobody.
This was a better movie than Episode 7.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
I was waiting for Snoke to die because how are we going to progress?
Exactly, because Kylo needed to have more power.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that Rey and... I mean, they're going to fight, but I don't think they're going to resolve anything by killing each other. It felt... Because they said, now they're saying not brother and sister, how they had that connection, they were able to see each other, and they had these intimate moments. It feels like a love story a little bit now.
It does, which is a
Which
little...
they kind of...
meh.
So I feel
I
like
don't
the
want
last
that.
one, they kind of set up Flynn and Rey to kind of be
Finn.
like...
Finn.
What'd I say?
Flynn.
Oh, whatever.
FN8 something.
Flynn Rider. No. So they set up then, but then they bring in this other character to have as kind of like his love
Rose.
interest.
Rose.
Yeah. So they kind of like severed that one. And not a lot of time has passed. Like
Yeah.
she still hasn't met Poe at the end. I didn't realize that.
Right? I thought they had already
Nice
met.
to meet you. I'm like,
Hi, I'm Poe
you guys
Dameron. Wait,
didn't
what?
meet already? What?
Did we go backward?
Like not a lot of time has passed since the last one.
Right.
And so they kind of severed that tie.
And I think the new one's going to be like way in the future, like the next one,
Maybe.
because I think that's where they were trying to be like, here, take a look at all this. This is what's happening. Okay, this is what happened with Princess Leia. Okay, go, and then we're going to go super far into the future where they're already in the middle of like this massive battle. With
Yeah,
a brand new
Episode
Republic,
6
everything.
jumped, and these movies, both these last movies have mirrored 4 and 5. So
Yeah,
it's like
so-
they're going to mirror 6. You guys brought up two things that made me think of two other things people had gripes with. That the Finn storyline, how a lot of people feel like it had no purpose, and it did
A little
nothing
bit, yeah.
to progress the story.
Except I disagree. Here's the reason. why.
Leonard, except you're wrong.
Except you're wrong. Like,
I'm just
I
bringing
understand,
up- I
but you're wrong.
don't think this, but this is what
No,
people
I get that.
say.
And I had people tell me, like, the casino scenes, why? There's no purpose. Like, you don't understand. The casino scene, yes, they could take that out and it wouldn't change the movie. But you are not thinking forward. See,
Yeah,
they
you have to build up the rebellion.
no.
They want to make movies for a very long time.
Here's what they did, and they literally, like you saw it, they shot scenes for the new trilogy in there. They had the 3 kids.
Yep.
They even
Yeah.
did
You called that in the movie. You looked
Yeah.
at me and said, "Those are this is
Yep.
the new trilogy."
because you saw it. It was like a perfect shot of a girl, a guy, like slightly off center, and then one on the ground, like the hard fought one. And I was like, oh, this is what they're doing right here. They're giving you a little hint at what's coming next. It had nothing to do with the current movie. It had nothing to do with the current trilogy. It had everything to do with what was going to happen next. They had to meet their heroes. They had to meet their heroes so that they could feel like they wanted to be a part of the rebellion, so that one day we can get the movie about apparently a very strong Jedi.
But I also feel like it did add to the movie because you kind of see the rebellion die out almost.
Well, they
Yeah.
said that the
Everyone
next
is
ones might not.
literally dying. Like they're literally getting like blown up and everything. They die. There's not a. They didn't come when the distress signal is sent out.
Exactly.
Like who in the universe is still for the rebellion? Who's still with them?
That's
Yeah.
true. Like
So-
they didn't come when Leia personally asked them to come.
Yeah, they didn't come. So is the rebellion still alive if
There's
it's
the
not in that
spark.
group of people?
Yeah,
The spark.
the spark of hope. Mind you, they did find the new planet with like a crazy strong.
Well, that got destroyed right away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where's it
The
going?
salt planet, and they were very specific that this is salt.
Yeah, when
They
he
had to
did
state
that, I
that.
was like, "What's the point of that?"
That made the final cut that they
Yeah.
had indicated.
I think
That's
the reason
salt.
is because it looks like blood,
It does look like
and they
blood.
probably needed to have a reason to be like, "Hey, ratings, we're not like running through blood."
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't just blood flying up.
No, this is salt. This is a salt mine. Anyways, yeah, you know.
So yeah, I mean, if you look at it, that was the purpose of people were like, well, people would be like, why does it need to be included? But it was also
needed
it was
to
all
be
it was awesome seeing the other, like we talked about backstory earlier, and like of the Star Wars universe, the lore of like, okay, yeah, obviously there's people that have to produce these weapons. Who's the benefactor?
That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
they never take
It's-
reality into a lot of.
yeah,
account
it was
of-
really awesome seeing that.
Error loading. Sorry.
All right. Next gripe many people have.
What was the next gripe? Specifically, I mean, there were so many gripes from so many fanboys out there.
Leia
Mind you,
Poppins.
I am a fanboy, but of a different way.
Leia Poppins.
Leia Poppins. Oh no! That was fucking awesome.
I thought it was awesome. I was like, wow! They were freaking out when she just freaking flew towards the.
The door, and she was like, "No, that was awesome."
I'm
that,
like, of course she has that. She's freaking Darth
Okay.
Vader's daughter.
Yeah.
in one of the older movies, they're like, "The Force is strong in with both of your children." So it was like, duh. She has the ability to use the Force. That's
Yeah.
always been said. It's just the fact that we never got to see it. And this was the first time, and sadly the only time, that we will get to see Leia use the Force.
Rest in peace,
Like
Leia.
I know that they said that she had filmed all her scenes, so I'm like, there's no reason they should have to kill her in the movie. But because I know that she passed away in real life, them
I
was
expected
kind
it.
of
expected her
anticipating.
to
Like,
die.
I think that kind of I was thinking about that the whole time I was watching the movie. Like, is she gonna die? Is she gonna die? So I mean, I heard if you go watch it a second time, you even enjoy it more because like, you don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
They could've
people have
killed
told
her.
me that I need to go see it a second time, that we all
But
need to go
like,
see it
I
a
liked
second
it
time.
the first time, and so I'm sure I'll enjoy it the second time. They're saying for people that are negative about it to go see it a second
they're
time.
like,
Yeah.
you need to watch it a second
That
time.
actually did happen. My coworker, he was like, he watched it the first time. He was like, that was a piece of garbage. It was horrible. Then he saw it a second time. He was like, oh my God, I really loved it.
I don't get how anybody could say a movie like this is a piece of garbage or it's horrible.
Let's talk psychology here for a second. And I just want to bring this up because I feel like this
Is
is
it
necessary.
expectation?
No, it's not just the expectation. Like that can be one part of it, but a lot of it, when you give people a lot of information really quickly, rather than them take it in, understand it, and feel something towards it,
It makes them angry.
it makes them angry. It makes them anxious. So what they do is they just say that this was horrible. This is horrible. Like, have you ever
It's
had
a
this
lot to
moment?
process.
Leonard is saying you slow people slower than him don't like
Hold
the Star Wars
Hold on.
because you don't understand it. That's what Leonard is saying right now.
No, I was just about to clarify that. Thank
It
you very
sounds
much, Trevor.
flat to me.
So, have you ever been at like work and you just get overwhelmed with work?
And
Like,
mad.
just so much crap is throwing at you. Like,
Yeah, and
I
you're
hate
like,
this
I
job.
just don't want to do this anymore.
Right, I'm
gonna
done.
Go quit right
Done.
now.
But then tomorrow you come in and you could potentially have the same amount of work, but because came in at a little bit slower rate, or you were able to take it a little bit differently because of the day before, you knew what to kind of expect. You enjoyed the day more.
Okay.
That's the same situation here. Is that people got a lot of information in a very short period of time because there was so much to say.
I did feel like it was kind of like overload at some point.
It was. It seriously was. There's a lot of things that I'm sure I missed that when I watch it a second time, like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Versus, the first time I didn't even notice it. So it's necessary. Go see this a second time. Don't give up. Don't walk away. Don't be like, no, fuck it. It's done. I'm done. No, you're not done. Get your ass back in the movie theater.
Yeah, I
Give
agree with
them
that.
your
I agree with
money.
you completely. I agree with you. I mean, I could see where people thought it was a lot of information. I was right there with it. I never felt like I was lost, but
I think
I
I,
mean,
was
I
just
could-
so ready for it, and there was such an electricity about the room that I was ready. I was just
We had a
ready to
good room
enjoy
when
it.
We watched it.
We really did. Like, everyone cheered when Yoda came on screen, and I joined right in because it's like, damn right, that's amazing. I think there was some disappointment that Sir Alec Guinness didn't reappear at any time, or that Hayden Christensen didn't actually make his role back into the movie.
I was okay with that.
I think that they're going to still do that, and I think it's going to be in the next one.
I mean, I won't be mad at it. I mean, going back to the prequel.
No, not Sir Alec Guinness. That's what we're talking about. He's been dead for years. Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. I knew. I just pictured Obi-Wan. I did.
Sir Alec Guinness is going to be the next CG star.
You know, people like to look for things that are wrong with movies or bad things about movies. I mean, look at the prequels.
Yeah.
The prequels came out when I was 8, 9.
Right? I really liked the prequels
them.
as a
I
child.
thought they were so freaking cool.
I haven't watched them as an adult.
I mean, I went back and watched. Like a few years ago, I watched episode 1, and I was like, okay, I could see why people didn't like it, but I didn't think it was horrible.
I think it's just necessary for people to give this another shot. That's
Yeah.
just all there is to it.
Also, I feel like we're in such a negative climate, like in the world right now. It's
That
just
people
so
needed this.
easy to be negative about
You know what?
it.
That's a lot of it. People needed this. They needed it to be so good to forget about everything good and
about
bad. and just-
2017.
Like, this wasn't the worst possible year. We've had worse years, but it wasn't a great year.
Yeah.
And I think enough of it just from political fatigue, because that's always what happens after a really contentious political year, and just constant barrage of bad, like, mass shootings and attacks in just a span of a few months,
Yeah.
that people became fatigued. And honestly, this is what happens. They focus on one particular thing, and this one particular thing happens to be Star Wars. And it wasn't exactly perfect. And I'm not saying that every part of this movie was like gripping, but what I'm saying is that it was a good movie. And not only that, it was one of the best Star Wars that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it really was. I think the story was strong. The characters, great acting. I feel like the weakest character from episode 7 was Kylo Ren, and he was way better in this one.
Oh my God.
yeah.
I enjoyed
Leaps
watching him
and
acting,
bounds.
and just he actually had depth, and I just enjoyed
And
everything.
he looks really good. With
There
the
it
shirt
is.
off.
I was
Oh,
making sure
man.
she was going to say what she was going to say.
People were mad about the porges. I'm like, they're funny.
Some people were.
I was like,
I
they're
think-
funny.
I feel
They're
like
cute.
that's such a minuscule thing to
And
be
here's
mad
the thing:
at.
a lot of people started comparing them to Jar Jar Binks, and the unnecessary like moments of them with Chewbacca.
Did you hear why they needed them?
Why?
Because there were so many of those little birds on the island. They had to edit over them.
I
Oh
feel
my
like it
God.
just
Those
lets
little-
its way
those
to
little-
reality
That's
in that
fantastic.
Those little
way.
pelican birds. What are they called? Oh man.
Seagulls?
They have like the nose of a toucan kind of, but they're like little penguin looking birds.
Puffins?
Puffets. Yep.
Puffins.
Puffins.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of puffins on the island, and they use those to digitally
But-
put them over
Well,
them.
see, I appreciate that because
Yeah.
we're
They
getting to
can-
know
can
the
hurt them,
universe
yeah.
more. We
Yeah.
know about the wild things that are
That's
out there
something.
now.
Yeah, and we actually got to see a lot of wildlife.
Yeah, the little
The
salt
foxes.
Foxes.
The
The-
crystal foxes. Yeah.
The caretakers were my favorite.
Oh my gosh, I loved them.
Caretakers.
Caretakers,
The
of,
caretakers
the,
of the island.
of the Jedi Island.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh, so many funny moments with that. It was a funny movie. That was the other thing that it
Yeah,
had good
it had
humor.
actual humor. Which I
Seriously.
feel like we didn't.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten in a whole lot of them
Yeah, it was really
because
good.
Star Wars is very serious.
It is. It's a very bleak universe.
Luke
so.
drank milk out of an alien.
Oh God.
That was great.
Can you imagine if they would have instead of like ending them at episode 7 where they did, where he was reaching for the lightsaber, they just kept going and he throws it and then the movie ended or something. or if he goes to one of those things and drinks the milk out of it, turns to the camera and he has the milk running down his beard and it just ends.
God. All right. Well, you know what? I think we've said our piece, and I'm sure you've already, if you've already watched it, hopefully you have, and you didn't just listen to us spoil the movie for you, because that was the reason for all of the times we said spoiler and all of the
Star Wars
back and
spoiler.
forth
Movie
that we
spoilers.
had, and the reason why I have to edit as much as I do on this one.
Yeah.
So hopefully you've watched it. You've made your own decision on it, but give it another shot if you didn't like it. But if you
And
did,
tell us why you
awesome.
didn't like it.
Yeah, let's
Tweet
open up
us,
the-
Facebook us, Instagram us.
Send us your mail.
YouTube
Kev,
comment
post-
us.
Oh, yeah.
We have an email.
We have an email.
directorreview@gmail.com. Email us.
Email us.
Send us articles. Tell us why
Yeah,
it was
tell
the
us
worst
why we're
Star
wrong.
Wars
Tell us why
ever.
it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever time, whatever religion and
Hanukkah's
thing
over.
You're celebrating. It's just a wonderful time of year.
It is. It's a
Just
wonderful
gonna
time of
reflect
year.
on the year.
And I hope you have a great and safe New Year's. We'll be back with you before then, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Hope you have a wonderful time of day, whatever time of day it is, wherever the hell you are. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Doodles.
Trevor, I'm trapped. You have to do it. Stop. Not that.
Doing well.
The stop. Not the start.
That's the stop, right?
That's not the stop. That's the stop.
Oh my gosh.